Greetings. My name is Christopher Lewis, and I'm a 2018 Teach for America South Louisiana Corps member. I originally got into the realm of education because my previous job as a community organizer, my building was destroyed during Hurricane Harvey. Used to live in Houston, Texas. I applied for Teach for America, and I was granted the blessing to return to my home state of Louisiana and teach in a rural community that reflects my own. I look at it as fate because I was able to continue my personal passion for public service in the realm of education. And I learned that through serving my community in education, I can positively impact children's trajectories for life. And that is by far the most fulfilling feeling that I've felt in my life. I would like to lead others in a rural school because I see that importance of rural leadership in securing an equitable education for those students. Oftentimes, those schools don't have the best funding or the best access for resources, so it takes an enthusiastic, creative thinking leader in order to provide that quality education of those students. I also think, specifically me as a black male, I can reflect and share in life experiences that a lot of those students in those communities have faced, as well as the challenges that they're facing on a day to day basis. In reflecting on TFA's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and diversity, equity, and inclusion guiding questions, there were a couple of notions that just popped into my head. First and foremost was, why does TFA's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusiveness only exist in this TFA kind of realm? I've never heard of such a commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusiveness within schools before joining Teach for America. My school in North Louisiana sure didn't have it. A lot of the schools that I see and interact with here in South Louisiana sure don't have it. It's just those schools that have some sort of involvement with TFA that can look through that lens. And I feel like that lens is very necessary to providing that quality, equitable education for all students. I also thought about the representation or lack thereof. I understand that you don't have to be a black male to think about the little black boys and girls that are attending your school, but I believe that when you are one, when you do have those shared experiences, that it just heightens your enthusiasm and willingness and perspective to ensure that you can provide those students with the quality, equitable education that they need. You can take those students' trauma that they're facing on a daily and day-to-day basis, and you can provide those students with those resources to cope with that so that they can be their best self in attaining that education that they need so direly. And then I was also thinking about the power dynamics within the rural space. A lot of times our rural spaces don't have the the resources or the means to provide that education. So I think that you need a leader who will be creative and enthusiastic in finding those resources and creating those partnerships in order to provide the best education possible. The final question, um, I was up in the air about whether or not I should choose different words for the principal, the custodian, and the parent slash family member of the student. But when thinking about myself, there's one word that all of those individuals would definitely say when asked about Mr. Lewis, and that would be invested. I am totally invested in my community and in my students. Through my work with SLICE, the South Louisiana Coalition for Education, I'm working to organize parents and teach them how to be an advocate for their students' education. I'm invested in my school to help our custodians and our support staff understand that they're not only recognized and loved for the support that they give, but also just taking into fact that they've been at the school longer than I have, and they know issues that are going on in the school, and I may have the power to help rectify those issues. And then my principal would definitely say the same, just because she sees me go above and beyond for not only my students as a special education teacher, but the whole student population, specifically the black male youth, and running the Young Men of Character at my school, a mentor program that really just helps build character so that our students can be their best selves today and moving forward.